Hi, I'm Emily with another brief grief activity from the team. We've learned from kids and youth that when they have big waves of grief, it can make their brain and bodies feel different from how they usually feel. It can make our brains feel jumbled, make it hard to remember things or pay attention. Our bodies can be filled with all kinds of emotions, giving us a nervous energy, or we may feel pressure in our chest, or feel like we don't have the energy to move or do the things we used to like to do. Sometimes our hands feel like they need something to hold or fidget with to help our bodies calm down and feel comforted. Keeping our hands busy or fidgeting with something can help us focus and make big feelings feel a little lighter. Grief can sometimes feel like a lonely experience. We may feel like we're the only ones to have an important person in our life die, or that no one understands what we're going through. For today's activity, we'll be making grief buddies, which are soft, fluffy little balls of joy and comfort. They can be small enough to carry in your pocket wherever you go so that you don't feel alone when you're having grief feelings. Here's what you'll need. You'll need yarn, sharp scissors, something for eyes, which could be googly eyes or beads or buttons, and hot glue, so you'll need a grown-up to help. First, cut a piece of yarn about 20 centimeters, which is a bit less than a ruler. It doesn't need to be exact. You just want it to be long enough so you can easily tie a knot. We're going to use this to tie our pom-pom, so you can set it aside for now and grab the ball of yarn again. Wrap the yarn around your fingers. The thicker you wrap it, the fluffier your buddy will be. These grief buddies can take patience to make. It takes a bit of time to wrap the yarn to make them fluffy, and sometimes waiting feels super hard, but patience is something we can grow. It's just like working out a muscle. The more we do it, the easier it gets. So try to take your time making your grief buddy. Once you feel you are done wrapping the yarn, take the piece of string we first cut, slide it between your fingers and grab it on the other side to tie a knot in the middle of the yarn. It's helpful to have someone else to help with this step because you want to make sure the knot is as tight as it can be. With an adult's help, use scissors to cut the yarn loops. I hold my grief buddy by the strings that I tied the knot in to make sure that I don't cut those because we want it to stay together. You can leave it how it is or give it a haircut and trim the ends to create a neat little pom-pom. Last thing to do is add eyeballs. If you have googly eyes, that's great, or get creative. You could use beads or buttons to make your own. There are so many things you can do with these grief buddies. You could make your entire family of fuzzy little buddies. You could make one as a gift for friends you missed, make it a keychain, or add it to a zipper of a bag. Or you could make different colors of buddies that represent different feelings you're having. We each have our own idea of which colors connect to our feelings, and you can compare what other family members or people around you think about the colors that match what they're feeling. Sometimes it can be hard to talk about feelings. You can use the colors of your grief buddies as a signal to show how you're feeling. You can even make different sizes of grief buddies and match the size of your buddy with how big that feeling is for you. You just need to wrap more string around more fingers to make a larger grief buddy. If you have anything you feel worried or scared about, you could try whispering it to your grief buddy so they can hold some of your worries for you. Or when it feels hard to sit still, we can use these to squeeze, squish, pinch, grip, or hug to help focus and pay attention. We would love to see the grief buddies that you created or any of the other brief grief activities. You can share pictures with us by emailing us at art@griefcenter.org. Thanks for being with us today. We know that being with grief feelings can be hard, especially if you're feeling alone. So remember to reach out to a caring adult if you need support, or Kids Help phone at any time. Join us next week for another brief grief activity. Thanks for watching.